Yo, what's up? What's up? What's up? Hey, everybody. Happy Monday. If you're in California, lucky you. All right. This weekend was crazy here. We had well, first of all, it never snows here. Like this is Colorado, but like honestly, like it doesn't snow that much. All right, what's up, Finn Kaufman? Great job doing your homework, man. I'll talk about that in a second. But yeah, so it never snows here in Colorado. When it does, it's like whatever. It snows like like a few hours, and then it's just like bright out and melts by the next day. It's whatever. But this weekend they kept saying it's like the biggest snowstorm in the last like 5 years, and I'm like whatever. And then when it happened, um, it shut everything down, and I was like stuck. John said that as in true. I watched South Park. Exactly. Um, yeah, so I was stuck. I got my car stuck for an hour and I couldn't like leave. And it was like crazy. And I had to like dig it out and stuff. It was ridiculous. And then this morning we finally got out and I dug this like entire like trench. It was like, like as wide as a car, but I had to dig it for like 20 feet. And the snow was going up like maybe like 4 feet. So I was digging by myself like all this way. It was like crazy just to get here in time for this thing. And but it was fun. It was interesting. And the entire time I was thinking, this is a decent workout anyway. So let me just knock this out the park. So you guys, again, that shouldn't happen because it only happens like every 5 years or so. But you guys feel like lucky that you're in California if you're out there. And if you are in Colorado, I'm starting to talk to a few new players here. Actually just went to a player's house a second ago. And he has a whole like gym downstairs, but a gym to like work out with. And I asked him how much basketball he did for the day. He's like, none, and for him, I couldn't be like, well, go outside because it was all the snow on the ground. But there's always ways to get better no matter where you are. But if you're in California, lucky you. All right. Anyways, let's talk about it. We got our itinerary today. I also have a trivia question ready for you guys to go. It's always snowing. It is not always snowing here. Like this is the sunniest state in the entire country. All right, it's like a fact, or at least like an opinion, a very strong opinion. Anyways, we are on Monday. Set goals. All right, set goals is the quote of the day for this Monday. All right, set goals. 2-word quote. It's Monday, Sunday, Monday. 2-word quote. Set goals. And when you set them, you you have to do a few things. One, set attainable goals. All right. So like there should be like a short-term goal and a long-term goal. All right. And you set attainable goals, so goals that you can like maybe accomplish, right? Put them out there a little bit. And then you want to write them down. And then you want to tell someone about them. All right. So those are the 3 steps. And then there's a 4th step. Actually do it. Go out there and actually achieve your goals. And you can break it down into steps if you have to, like steps along the way, how you can do it or whatever, but you achieve your goals. And I guess even if you don't meet your deadline, you set it. Try to meet that deadline. Then you have to change it like by a month or whatever. But you set a deadline, try to meet it. So set goals. It's an enormous thing. It's a huge indicator on whether you have a chance to succeed or not. For myself, I have daily goals. I have an entire to-do list, and I also have monthly goals. I have yearly goals, and I have my like 10-year plan, all and like certain apps that I use or whatever, and they're all like just checklist. And I'm very, very serious about mine because again, you have one life to live, and at some point in time, you're going to be like, "Oh my God, my life's almost over," and then that's when people get sad, right? I know that's going to happen to me, so I'm trying to knock things out the park while I'm still relatively young. All right, first thing we have elementary. Oh, you know what? I forgot something. It's okay. I'll bring that over later. The elementary school, you guys have clap dribble, pick and roll, flip flop, fly drill, trick dribbles, press break, give and go, and triangle cuts for shots. All right, talking about one of those. I like the clap dribble one. It's a good one to do with a partner or with a post. Pick and roll, flip flop. We're going to use that on ice or routine shows. All right. So if there's a pick and roll happening and they ice it, which means that they're going to block you from going in that direction. All right, and they put the other defender on the block. And if your big man can't shoot, what he's going to do is set the screen, not on the strong side, not going toward the middle. He's going to jump on the opposite side. And then you're going to go the opposite way. So you're going to look like you're going to go that way, but then he's going to set the screen on this side. Then you cross, go against it. Now you do a pick and roll that way, and it should be two against one. Kind of complicated. Once I have video up for this thing, I should take care of it to show you guys. I should be getting my PC built sometime this week. I'm really pushing that. And then I'll slowly build up the studio. But I want to have like at least the PC built and this show at least somewhat progressing. My goal for that, setting goals, is this week, by the end of this week. So we'll see how far I get in that regard. Again, things will be a lot easier to understand. Fly drills with the ladder, stepping 1, 2 in, 1, 2 out, while going behind your back and going to the next one, to the next one, to the next one. It's a hard dribbling drill. I just did it today. I met with a kid whose mom went to high school with me, and he brought me downstairs to his basement and like showed me like his stuff. And I brought out the ladder and I showed him the fly drill. I showed him our dribbling with the baseline playlist, and he did okay at that one. Walked him through a few more things. I did the impossible dribble with him, the supine one, and he didn't get too scared about it. Of course, he couldn't do it. No one does. It's impossible. But he actually tried it for and I sat there and watched him for like a good minute and a half, and he just kept trying, never stopped. I was waiting for him to stop. He didn't stop. So that was a good thing. But then I was like, can you do it? Like after I leave, will you keep trying? He's like, seems pretty hard. So he didn't have the response like, dude, I'm going to do this. He wasn't like that kid. But, you can turn a kid into that kid. So I told him everything about our program, like seriously, everything. It took like 2.5 hours of talking. And so hopefully this is like the only person I have to do that for until we get a big group of people. And I'm hoping that it like kind of bounces off this one kid. We'll see. Other things are trick dribbles. Attempt to master the fun stuff. I love trick dribbles. It's not that bad to practice the trick dribbles, seriously, even if you get obsessed about them, because the ball's in your hand and you're practicing fancy stuff. It'll help you in the games in smaller ways. You're not going to do the trick dribble during a game, but practicing them does help you out. Next thing, we have press break, give and go. When you're on a press break, again, you want to reverse the ball through the backside. You want to sprint forward along the sideline, look toward the middle. You want to do all that stuff. But once you get double teamed, or anytime that you pass the ball to the middle, now, instead of having the person in the middle catch the ball, pivot, and then dribble, you don't want to be dribbling the ball in the middle of the court. You want your two guards that were back to sprint forward, all right, to give them more options, especially if you were just trapped by two people. You pass the ball forward, and then the people that are coming at you, you change direction and you run through them, and now you're sprinting forward so that it's now a 5-on-3 fast break instead of just a regular 4-against-3 fast break. All right, you passed out of a double team, you want to be a part of the play as well, so you want to sprint forward. So that's why we do press break, give and go. All right, we have someone dribble the ball forward, come back with their big retreat dribble, quick retreat dribble with your eyes up, and then throw a jump pass toward the middle, and then change your direction of speed and sprint forward, catch the ball from the middle, do a half pivot, pass it back overhead to the guy, and then sprint down for a layup. And then we create a whole, like a little drill for that as well. Last one is triangle cuts for shots. You should always cut. I mean, like if it's not in the play, I guess you don't cut, but like pass the ball, you should probably be moving or screening or something like that. But on this one is if you're on the top of the key, you can pass the ball to the wing and either make a face cut right in front of the defender's face, hopefully. And you're going to go for a layup, or you cut down the middle, or you cut backside for a backdoor alley-oop. All right. And the passing through this, the person sprinting. The passing for this is if they make a face cut and you're on the wing, pump fake high, put the ball down to your knee, and throw a bounce pass. If they cut down the middle, you pump fake high, pass high, and pass directly from above your head to above their head, so that they can catch it high. Since they're in the middle of the key, you don't want them bringing the ball down low. And then for the alley-oop, you catch it high, fake it high, and then bring it to your inside hand. So if you're on the right wing, it should be to your left hand. You want to throw an alley-oop with the left hand over the defense. Now, if you can't throw one and they can't catch one, then don't be throwing them, but you should at least practice them. All right, next up, we have Finn Kaufman and his 5-week challenge. He started doing the 5-week challenge, man. Hey, that thing's a beast. All right. They call her Karma, but we know Blake has been doing the 5-week challenge plus 3 extra challenges, all right, all put together. So if he can do that, you can do this. All right, and I know, Finn, at one point in time, you're gonna want to fail. It's gonna be rainy. It's gonna be like your birthday. You tripped, stubbed your toe, whatever. It's gonna happen. It's 5 weeks. 5 weeks time, you're gonna get sick. Something's gonna happen. You gotta soldier through that day. All of this is for that one day. It's going to happen. Now, if you're lucky, you don't have that day, lucky you. But there's going to be one day. Now, Blake has gone through 3 times. The 5-week challenge, that's 35 days. Twice is 70. 3 times is 105. This dude's doing a 120-day challenge. So he's going through the 5-week challenge 3 times. And then on top of that, he adds 15 more days, which is 2 more weeks. Right now, he's on the last 3 weeks, I believe. So he says he has no more hard days. So I think he's finished his last 5th week. So he's just doing week 1 and week 2. So he should be doing basically the same thing he's doing right now, which is week 1, which is just the 1 mile a day. What else is it? 1 mile a day, 5 minutes of ball handling, 5 minutes of jump rope, and then planks and push-ups, 15 to 5, right? So it's a tough challenge. All right. And the tougher part of the challenge, which I don't think that you're doing, but I told you to try, even tougher than just doing the stuff, even tougher than that is to get 7 people to help you out. 7 people to help you out for just 1 day of the week. And they each have their own day. I mean, if you asked me to just do it on Mondays, and you're like, yo, I'm doing this challenge every single day for 5 weeks. I'm doing 1 mile, then 2 miles, then 3 miles, then 4 miles, then 5 miles, all this other stuff. And I saw what you were doing, and I wanted to be anywhere near a good basketball player. I'd be like, you want me to do it just for Mondays? I can do that. 1/7 of what you're doing, I can do that. And when you get that, 1, it'll make it easier for you to do it all. 2, it'll give you like, oh my God, it'll give you such great leadership ability. All right. And then 3, you're helping your teammates out. If they happen to be your teammates, you inspire them to be better players because they're going to want to do more. All right. But you have to be like, no. Just do this 1 day. You are trying. For some reason, all my friends are busy every day. That's really weird, huh? During a pandemic, they're all busy. Man, life is just, busy sometimes, huh? You know why they're busy, dude. I mean, they wouldn't be busy if you were like, yo, dude, hey, can you come to a freaking Warriors game with me once a week? They'll be like, yeah, I'll be there. Bet. All right. So that's a hard challenge. The leadership end of it is even harder. Next thing we have is our motivational story is, let's go with our middle school drills. The middle school drills are the divine drill, 1-on-1 with personal rules, indirect Eurostep, Kyrie spin to J, hurdle layups, 180 side or fake handoff. All right. For the divine drill, I told you all this before. It's like, man, 15-second planks, then immediately 5 push-ups, then 14-second planks, then immediately 5 push-ups, then 13-second, then so on and so forth, all the way down to 5. That's tough because it's an anaerobic exercise. You're not allowed to drop and touch your knees, so it's a tough drill. And I should have had that kid do that drill today, just to see how tough he was. That's one of our toughest drills. I mean, besides our like Nash drill and stuff like that, man, that drill's hard. All right. It takes everything out of you. It's almost impossible. I mean, like, I don't care how tough you are. That drill's hard. And you get to see what happens to people all along the way. Like, do they quit right away? Like the first moment that they feel pain, do they go, oh, and that kid's probably just a stuck up rich kid who's never felt pain his entire life. Or are they like fighting through it? Even though they like suck, they're just like squealing or like squealing. They're screaming like this, and they're just like trying so hard to not drop, and then they drop because they suck. I love that kid because at least he's tough. And then of course there's a kid that actually makes it. All right. So I love the divine drill. It's a tough drill. 1-on-1 with personal rules. If you're doing this with just 2 people, you could write down a piece of paper, 10 different things like only go left, or only step back series, or only spin move, or fake spin moves, and then you can draw from like a hat. That's one way, because you have to get the rules for yourself in a way where the defender doesn't know what your rules are. Okay. And we do this because I want you guys to play defense and also read what they're doing. So you don't need a scouting report after a while. You're creating your scouting report on the fly. Like, what does this guy like to do? Because once we had scouting reports in college, and they put so much money into these scouting reports, so much time, it's ridiculous. We know everything about the other team. When it came down to it, the best players, they had like 3 moves max, maybe 2. All right. Most people have tendencies that are like 1, maybe 1.5, 2 things that are their strength. And what you want to do is just stop them from doing their strongest moves. And then you have them. So if you can read their strongest moves and become a smart defender, that'll change the entire game. And then the other end of this thing is the offensive end. It's you're sitting there and it says to go left, but you suck at going left. Or if I'm a coach, I'm going to tell you to do something that you're bad at. All right. I'm not going to just pick something that you're good at. I'm going to make sure that it's something that you need to work on. So this is offensive hub as well. So for the one-on-one with personal rules, we really like that a lot. That's a great drill, but you can also do it by with just one other person. If you want to practice it just by yourself, I don't know how you can do that. Just watch some film, or maybe just practice one-on-one moves for the offensive part. Indirect Eurostep. This is the Dwayne Wade move where he's going on Farajal, dribbling in from the right side, hits, crosses his legs over, and then step. So you get 3 steps, one with a dribble. Second one's a cross step. You bring the ball over strong. If you're short, you rep it through like this. If you're tall, you go over your head. And then you take the third step while extending your arm, or you can just dunk it and bam it on. Kyrie spin to J. That's one that we have up in our challenge section. If you go to 50allstars.com, click on curriculum, click, and then click on challenges. You get to see the videotape of Kyrie doing the move and just juking the crap out of Steph Curry. But we'll have to practice that move step by step. Hurdles, layups. Make sure that as you drive, 2 hands are on the ball for your last 2 steps, so that you can pass, you can do other things while you're driving. All right, you don't want to just dribble in and touch the ball for a second and then throw up a layup. Make sure that you have 2 long steps with the ball in your hand, so that you're a capable passer, shooter, whatever you want. All right, so you can manipulate the defense however you have to, so you're ready to go, taking 2 long steps so that they're less likely to be able to guard you. You can even draw fouls during that time, but you have to take those 2 long steps, and we simulate this with the hurdles. Last one is 180 side or fake handoff. All right, when you go into the wing, dribbling them out, they can go backdoor, boom, backdoor pass. All right, or they can fake backdoor, boom, handoff with the screen happening like that. All right, or if your man shows like we like to show on handoffs, like a flat show, you can go here for the handoff, stutter step, and then boom, you keep it, and then you go. So the defense, if you do this well enough, they shouldn't be able to just guard it every single time. At the best case scenario is they're going to treat it like an on-ball screen. Like an on-ball screen, that's going to be late though. All right, because if your man shows too early, now you get to keep the ball. So they can't do that. So if you're handing it off and the guy goes underneath, well, they can't do that. Now you can pitch it back for a 3-pointer. So they're going to have to, at some point in time, go over the screen. And as you hand it off to them, they're going to go over the screen without a heavy show. Because if he shows again, you're gone, right? So it's going to be like a pick and roll with no show, which the 2 options are create, if there happens to be like no help side there, or dribble in to shoot a jump shot if there is help side there. All right, so you make the pick and roll game a lot easier if you come for this handoff by dribbling the ball out, if you're able to shoot. Because if you can't, then they can just go under and take care of it. All right, and again, you have to be smart enough to understand whether the guy is still in front of you or not. So you have to keep your eyes straight forward. On your handoff, you have to make sure that your base is wide so you can set a good screen. You have to make sure that you're a capable enough dribbler and passer so that you can throw the backdoor pass or dribble over, stutter step, and then turn and run and go. When you turn and run and go, you do a front pivot, throw the ball out with the ball side foot, reaching at the same time, and then you're either scoring or creating for someone else. All right, next thing was our motivational story of the day. We have, you are never really playing an opponent. You are playing yourself. You own your own highest standards. And when you reach your limits, that's the real joy. So you are never really playing an opponent. You're playing yourself, your own highest standards. And when you reach your limits, that's the joy. All right. So again, don't be like, I got to make it to the NBA. You can say that, but in the end, you got to make it to your top level, whatever that level may be. All right. And if you have one hand, one leg, I don't care. That's just a new top level. You got to make it there, though. You got to make it there. You live your life. All right. So once you reach your own highest standards, all right, and you're playing against yourself, basically. Okay. You have all these opponents, but they don't really matter. It matters about you. All right. Then that's when you have the real joy in life. All right. Let me get some help real quick. Hey, excuse me. Who's there, Mark? You. Can you bring me my bag real quick?
Which one?
The black bag that's right by the door.
Okay.
All right. I got something to show you guys real quick before I give you guys today's trivia question. All right. And we're doing an economy, right? When you do an economy, you want to create value. Thank you very, very much. That's my assistant right there, my mom. And you got to create value. So what I'm doing is I'm giving out treasure boxes. I'm selling them for $1,000 each. And in each treasure box, it's going to come either, I think, 25 coins, which you would normally buy for $1,250, are up to 50 coins. So like somewhere between 25 and 50. So that has to like to stay like magical, right? Like it's just like whatever number. So actually got the boxes, and then we took this this snow period to paint them. Now I'm not a very good painter, but I tried to make it kind of cool. So here's one that I did not paint. Here's one right here, and if you look on the inside of it, open it up, if it can open. Let's see, it says work in there because they have to still work, all right? Even though they're getting this like leg up to not play our little game system or whatever, like our little coin system, they still have to work. So I'm trying to inspire them. Second one, this one I did do. I'm not a very good drawer, seriously. It says 50. I made it like this. It's whatever, man. But on the inside of this one, it says, money is a terrible master, but an excellent servant. So even when you have money, and like, you know, some of you guys do over there in California, even though you have money, can we shake the box before buying it? No, you can't shake the box before buying it, man. You can't even touch these boxes, dude. These are like worth $1 million, no, $1,000. But you want to make money your servant, not your master. It's a horrible master. You shouldn't be just doing things for money, but you can use money to make your life better. All right. So that's what I want them to understand. Next one. This one's a little pretty one. I did not do this one. It has clouds on it and stuff. All right. And again, they get to pick it. This one says, money does not change people. It unmasks them. All right. And that's true. So once you get this, and like we're doing our whole coin thing, right? And then you just get the coins given to you, we're going to find out what you're made of. Like, were you just doing it for the coins, or were you doing it? All right. And when the people make the MBA, you get to find out what they're made of. Like, are they going to stop working because they made $1 million, or are they going to like keep going? Right. So money unmasks, it tells you who you truly are. All right. Next one is nice little purple one. I did not do this one either. All right. And I like this one so much, I might get it as a tattoo, straight up, for real. All right. No bees, no honey, no work, no money. All right. And you're going to be a worker bee. All right. You gotta make that honey. All right. And if you don't work, you ain't going to get no money. And it rhymes too. What? All right. Anyways, last two. This one I did draw. Again, I am not an artist. I painted this one. It's like 50 on there. It's all blue. It's like black on the inside. I don't know. But on the inside of this one, it says evolve. All right, because you got to take it to a whole new level, especially now that you got all these coins. And since you have all the coins, now you can show up late. Sure, I suppose, but you still shouldn't. And then the last one, I did one that was just black because that's what I would want. I mean, and it doesn't say anything on the inside. It's just black because we ain't got no time for no quotes. All right. So those are the treasure boxes. I would put a whole bunch of coins in there, and you get to pick which one that you want. It's $1,000. It would go toward our company or toward our program, because we would want to use it for the other kids who do want to try. So I'm not going to talk down those boxes. If it's maybe too much pressure for you to try to earn coins, or whatever, we want to keep those kids coming. So it's whatever. Those kids can help us out. But what I do like is it'll add value to it. So if you had a painting, like let's say that picture up there on the wall, and Elon Musk bought that painting or that picture for $1 million, well, that picture is now worth $1 million. And if someone else bought it from him, they'll have to buy it for more. And so when someone buys these coins from us, so many, it's going to make the coins more valuable. And you may not think that that's anything, but you're going to be able to entice your teammates to work for their coins. Like if you don't have, not everyone is like inspired by themselves. Sometimes people just need positive. So you can be like, yo, dude, I'll give you a coin if you do this. Hey, come, like maybe Finn just has so many coins because he's worked so hard, but now he's trying to do the 5-week challenge, trying to get 7 kids. They might do it for a coin. All right. So now once you earn them, then you get to use the coins to make your own part of the program better. So to make your team better. All right. Now let's get to that trivia question before I talk about the rest. Oh no, I'll just talk about it real quick. At high school, pick and roll, pass to roll. Weak hand ball pounds, which happens to be the homework for this month. Bluff and recover. help side to close out, quick shots, and fast break post seal. All right. So if you aren't good at those things, make sure that you guys are working on it for at least 5 minutes each, maybe 10 minutes each if you want to work hard. All right. And then we talked about all the movies already, so we're good there. If you guys do the movies, do watch them. Put your little thing in our homework section. All right. And then the last thing we have is the trivia question. We already had it picked out. All right. It comes from our trivia page over on Limitless Hoops. If you click on the challenge section, or you can go to 50 All-Stars, click on the curriculum, and then click on challenges, and you can look through the list of 120 different things. If you watch them all, you're leading yourself to becoming a better basketball player. One, because you're gonna want to be it. You're gonna want to be a part of that, that history. You're gonna want to be a part of the history of the NBA that you're watching. And then the other thing that it does is it's going to inspire you constantly. So you can get to use this as fuel. So the trivia question, first one to answer in the comment section wins. So good luck. I think Finn is still winning. And by next week, I'm just going to do this maybe twice a week, only 2 challenges a week. Definitely going to do it on either Tuesday or Thursday, because it could be trivia Tuesdays. But then we're going to do it one random day of the week. Maybe we'll roll a die or something like that to pick out which day of the week is going to be for the random day. And then you guys have to watch, and then maybe by the end of the year, we'll give a coin prize to anyone who's leading the whole way. Maybe in first, second, and third place prize. Maybe. All right. Anyways, the trivia question for this day comes from this thing. And all right, there were 2 players, and they had beef in the NBA. All right. And these 2 players were on the team. I want to know, during their last year together before they separated, I want to know who else started on their team. At least 2 other starters. I want you to list the two other starters from their team. These 2 were the superstars, but I need 2 other stars on the team from their last year together, when everything blew up and it was like we can no longer stay together. And these 2 players' names are Kobe and Shaq. That's the trivia question today. Kobe and Shaq's last year together. I won't tell you which year that is. Who were 2 of the other starters on that team? All right. And it's pretty obvious answer. I got it right today as I was trying to figure it out. But yeah, even my stepdad was like, oh, he knows a lot about basketball. He was like, what year was that? And he guessed wrong. Derek Fisher and Rick Fox. No, that is not the answer. Who else we got? Again, during their last year together, 2 other starters. All right. I'll give you a hint. These 2 guys, no one could ever start over. There you go. Derek Fisher and Karl Malone. That's a better answer. And another answer could have been Gary Payton, but whatever. We'll give you Derek Fisher. All right, Derek Fisher did start some of the games. All right, so Derek Fisher and Karl Malone, they also had Gary Payton on their team. Had a pretty good squad that last year, 2004. They wound up losing in the championship round, and then they just didn't look it up. Nice job, Finn. All right, without the help of Google. All right, that's pretty good. All right, but they had so much turmoil because Kobe was a worker, and Shaq was not a worker, and Shaq was dominant, and Kobe needed Shaq. All right, and it made for a little riff. Know that everything is cured when you can convince everyone to work hard. Everything is cured. So I blame Kobe for not convincing Shaq to work harder, period. All right, because that's your job as a leader. Because at some point in time, man, that's going to be hard to handle. If you have a guy on your team who's better than you, basically, and he's not working hard, and you keep working, at some point in time, you're going to stop. You got to convince this guy to work hard too. All right, and if you happen to be the player who's better, and other people are working harder than you, and then that's going to mess up too. If your most dominant player isn't your hardest worker, you're going to have turmoil on your team. All right. So make sure that you're working hard to become the best player, and make sure that you inspire others so that your best players working hard, and so that your other teammates are working hard. Then everyone starts to appreciate everybody. And you don't let these riffs get out of hand. Then Shaq won with Wade. Then Shaq won the very next year with Dwayne Wade. Kobe didn't win again until I don't say 2009. He didn't win for 5 years. But those years when Kobe was losing, they were pretty fun to watch. they would get down by a lot, and they would try to play real basketball for a while. Then they would get down by like 20 with like 5 minutes to go, and they would just look at Kobe and be like, "Yo, you want to try to catch us up?" And he'd be like, "Sure." And he would just start jacking up shots. And, he didn't catch him up, but every once in like 10 games he did. It was amazing to just see him just jack up shot after shot after shot. But yeah, then we got good again. So anyways, you guys, he averaged 30. Yep. Yeah, no, he was jacking up shots. It was crazy, but his team needed him to do it. It's kind of like James Harden in Houston. He did what his team needed him to do by hot dogging the ball. Yeah. But anyways, you guys have a great day. Great job with the homework, Finn. I'm watching you. I'll keep watching your 5-week challenge. I'll let you guys know how my program's going over here too. If we can maybe get some workers as hard as you guys are, that would be a feat. Anyways, awesome job, everybody, and stay safe from the snow, even if you're not in Colorado. All right, peace.